pledge my courage to race and conquer my own fears, courage to take me where others will not go. I pledge my strength of body to protect others, strength of spirit to lead others. I pledge my dedication to my job to do it well, dedication to my community to keep it safe. I pledge my concern for those who trust me, and my compassion for those who need me. Thank you all.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Campbell Soup, and I'd like to thank the CEO of Campbell Soup, Denise Morrison, and the head of security, Mike Bowers, for opening up the facility for us to be able to enjoy our quarterly awards banquet here. This is also Police Week, so the recognition for the hard work that you do day in and day out is certainly fitting for the time and the location. And I'd like to ask Mark Delavecchia, if you would come forward for a second. We had a very short time period. It literally came down to about 120 days. That's being, it was probably about 80 or 90, of which to put an organization together and have it operationalized and providing public safety services within the city. There was few people that undoubtedly and unequivocally put in the most effort. I can say without a shadow of a doubt, this organization would not be in existence today if it wasn't for Mark Delavecchia, who was the Deputy County Administrator at the time. Sandy has served as the Director of Special Events and Community Outreach, and as you know, the staple of what we do is the connection with the community. I'd also like to ask recently retired Sheriff Chuck Billingham to come up here and take the stand and be uncomfortable. Now, here's a high-profile position that there are many things that we did together in the law enforcement endeavor in which only one person or one department got credit for it, and that was either me or us. And Chuck Billingham was behind almost everything that we were doing. And he never once pushed himself forward. At one point in time, we had an event coming up, and I said, Chuck, it would be really important. He said, no, Scott. Whatever it is that you need, I will support you with that. But it's important for the image. It's important for what you're trying to do with that organization, for all the eyes to be on you and your men. But I wanted to thank you for your years of service and tell you that Sheriff Whip Wilson is an outstanding sheriff, former Kansas City police officer, dear friend. We will continue to break things together, but replacing Chuck Billingham is something that's absolutely impossible. You may be gone, but you'll never be forgotten, my friend. Thank you for everything you've done.
Firearms Examiner Salvador Di Paula. Since joining the Camden County Police Department in 2015, Firearms Examiner Salvador Di Paula has distinguished himself by creating the department's first firearms identification unit. Di Paula has proven to be an invaluable asset to the Camden County Police Department. He is deserving of this letter of recognition. Camden native Wanda Mora, the owner of Mora Salon in Cherry Hill, has gone above and beyond in giving back to her city and to families in need. She has demonstrated dedication to the people of Camden and truly exemplifies what it means to give back to her community. And she is deserving of this letter of recognition. Wanda Mora. Officer Michael Treadway, Officer Christopher Devlin, and Officer James Lopez, please come forward. The officers were able to place him under arrest without incident. For their quick and decisive actions to apprehend the suspect, we recognize these three officers with the citation of meritorious service. This is the Bravery Award, and we invite Officer Anthony Painchild and Officer Jonathan Kerper to come forward. On the night of November 24th, 2015, Officer Anthony Painchild and Officer Jonathan Kerper responded to a domestic violence call in which a male suspect with a gun was banged on the front door of a house where his former girlfriend lived. After arriving on the scene and getting out of their cars to approach the home, the suspect pointed a handgun at Officer Painchow and Officer Kerper and fired at them. The officers quickly returned fire, striking the suspect and causing him to fall to the ground. Once they secured his weapon and determined that the threat to their lives and the victims' lives had been neutralized, Officer Painchow and Officer Kerper immediately began to render medical aid to the suspect. He was quickly transported by officers to the hospital but succumbed to his injuries. Facing a situation in which their lives were suddenly in danger, Officer Painchow and Officer Kerper took quick and decisive action to protect themselves and others in the area from a violent criminal, and they are deserving of this bravery award. I would like now to invite Lieutenant William Wiley to come forward to present the FOP awards.
Every quarterly awards, the FOP recognizes 3 officers for their service to the community, their service to the department, and their dedication to the FOP. Before we hand out those awards, I'd like to call 4 other individuals who have helped the FOP in demonstrating the meaning of community policing. And as I call these individuals, I call them up as their characters also. First, we'd like to call up one of our elves, Daniela Samara. Another elf, Officer Nicole Berry. She's not here. Mrs. Claus, Detective Twan Smith. The next individuals are going to receive the FOP's quarterly awards. And as I said, this is not just for the service and what they do out there, it's for their dedication to the community. It's their service in which they show every day their professionalism and their dedication to the organization of the FOP. For the first quarter of 2016, the FOP recognizes Officer Keith McLean, Patrolman of the Quarter. Detective of the first quarter of 2016, presented to Detective Carolyn Donia. The supervisor of the quarter, first quarter of 2016, Sergeant Robert Borger.
We now have a military presentation to be presented to Chief Thompson, U.S. Army National Guard Sergeant Stephen Bordy, Sergeant Odise Carr, Specialist Jovan Plaza, Sergeant Jay Rivers, Sergeant Michael Shevlin, and Sergeant Davis Stinsman, who are also serving with the 328 Military Police from May 2015 to March of 2016. And Police Officer Carr will now present the U.S. flag to Chief J. Scott Thompson. This flag was flown in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
As I close this out, I'd like to ask the senior command staff, the rank of lieutenant above, to come up and stand up here on the stage next to me, flank out to the right. This is truly a team effort. I'm extremely proud to be the chief of this organization and to be able to see the amazing work that you do day in and day out. To the point that your efforts, it's not the speeches I give, it's your efforts that brought the President of the United States here last year to hold you up as a model of what community policing can be and should be in the 21st century. On Monday morning, I will be at the White House with a very small group of select individuals to work with the President and his staff on implementing the 21st Century Task Force report. And it's the efforts, it's the actions, it's the ideology, it's the culture that you have embraced that is setting you apart from others. Now, by tradition, the salute generally comes from the junior officer to the higher ranking officer. But today is your day. Today is the day in which the command staff is honoring and recognizing what you have done. So it's our honor and our privilege to, on this day, your day, be the ones that extend the salute first to you. So command staff, attention! Present arms. Order arms. Thank you. Commanders, please have a seat. Folks, be safe, Godspeed, see you on the streets.